All right, welcome back. It's our first stint here for 2019. I hope everyone had a fantastic Christmas. Thanks everyone for watching the retail wraps and sharing them. We're going to continue to do those, so let's jump straight into it. Late last year, we had the opportunity to speak to equity analyst Craig Woolford from Citi, and he gave us what he believes was his predictions for the best company for 2018. Okay, here I am here with Craig Woolford. He's the head of research at Citi Research. So I'm going to ask Craig a few questions about what he thinks has happened for retailing in 2018. So Craig, my first question is, who do you think's been the better retailer for 2018, obviously other than Drake's?
Yeah, I think Woolworths has done a really good job. We've seen them execute well, consistently. We saw a real wobble during the September quarter when Coles had the Little Shop campaign, but overall the customer traffic and trends have been towards Woolworths with just consistent execution.
So looking ahead, 2019, what do you see coming up in 2019?
I think it'll be an interesting year. Calling which actual company does best is hard to say at this stage. However, I think the environment will be quite choppy, and retailers that have more agility in how they manage the ups and downs of what could be a tough environment. You've got house prices that are coming down in some parts of Australia. We've got a federal election coming up. So it's going to be the agility of the retailers through that. And some retailers do that better than others. We see JB Hi-Fi doing quite a good job there. Traditionally, Kmart has, although their sales trends have slowed in recent times, but that's going to be the theme for 2019.
Okay, so Craig's pulled out his crystal ball there, but Craig, I've got to ask you, everyone's doing online, and obviously online's not going to disappear, so where do you think online is going to be heading?
Customers love online, there's no doubt about that. We're seeing online trading, online sales growth, roughly 15 to 20% over the last 12 months. It's accelerated. Amazon's entry's got more people thinking about it. So clearly it's not going away. It's going to continue to grow as a share of retail. As you point out, the question is when and how do we see a profitable model? We're seeing scale matters. Amazon's got it in some markets, but not everywhere. And there's still a real opportunity for bricks and mortar retailers to do well online.
Well, that's all I've got to ask. Thanks, Craig. Quick interview here. And let's see what happens in 2019. Let's see what happens in online. Check this crazy footage out that's occurring in supermarkets across Australia.
Scrambling over one another to get tins of baby formula.
I know it's legal, I understand, but it's still wrong.
The formula is nabbed off the trolley before it can hit the shelves.
It's hard to comprehend that this is all over baby formula. Okay, so today's deep dive, we've gone deep into the supermarket to the baby formula section, and we're going to have a little bit of a look at what's going on. And as you see those chaotic scenes, all hell has broken. Okay, well, all hell's broke loose. That you might even need security guards looking after the baby section. I think you can go, Dennis. I've covered it from here. Baby formula madness, this started in 2008 when it was discovered that China's largest milk powder company, state-owned Sanlu Group, was selling milk laced with a dangerous industrial chemical called melamine to artificially boost protein levels. 6 children actually died and more than 300,000 people became sick after drinking the contaminated milk. And it came out that the Sanlu Group actually knew this, but they didn't want to announce it just before the Beijing Olympics. So they held off making this announcement, and during that time you had 6 deaths, 300,000 people got sick. 2 directors were actually executed for their roles in the contamination, and the Sanlu Group were declared bankrupt December 24, 2008. That's what started all this madness. In Drake's, we've seen our volume increased by almost 5 times since this has happened. Since the scandal 10 years ago, the demand for Australian baby formula has skyrocketed, and some formula that you can buy for $20 or $30 is sold in China for $80 a tin. So these personal Chinese shoppers, daigous, are profiteering from the sale of baby formula overseas. It's been reported that between 20 and 30,000 baby formula packages are being sent to China from Australia and New Zealand every day. It's creating shortages in store, including our own. Despite limits being placed on shoppers, the daigou just work as a syndicate, and they're even coming into the store purchasing 1 unit of baby formula and doing that on a mass scale across Australia. Hence why you've seen all the fights that are breaking out in store. It's madness. How do we fix this? Well, the crucial part for us is that we want to make sure that Australian families are getting baby formula for their children when they need it. And it's the suggestions that baby formula, you need a prescription. Come on, let's face it, the only people getting rich off that would be doctors. The recent regulatory changes to the Chinese market with regards to the Chinese and English labelling will make the grey market trade a little more difficult, as the Chinese government has made a real effort to control the unauthorised selling of baby formula in China. In countries like Singapore, international travellers are prohibited from buying local product to resell. Now that you've seen all this information about what's happening with baby formula, what are your thoughts? Leave your comments below and tell me what you think of what should happen with the baby formula. It's finally been revealed that Google and Facebook have earned more than half of Australia's $8 billion in digital advertising revenue in 2017. Their combined share is now larger than the next advertising medium, the good old television. 19 million Australians use Google, 17 million use Facebook, 17 million use Google-owned YouTube, and 11 million use Facebook's owned Instagram. And the ACCC reports that for every $100 spent by advertisers in Australia, $47 goes to Google and $21 goes to Facebook in a largely unregulated segment. Who would have thought? Then you throw out the amount of personal data that these two companies collect on our online behaviour, and the fact that we as consumers have little control over what information is collected. You have to ask yourself, is it time to regulate the digital world? Personally, I'm not in for full regulation of anything, but it's an interesting stat. And I think people actually forget that when you sign up for these free platforms, Facebook, Google, Instagram, all of the above, you are giving up personal data. And if you think you're not, you should have a look at yourself in the mirror. So being the first show in 2019, I think we should go have a look at what happened over Christmas. On behalf of the Drakes, we actually had quite a good Christmas. Interestingly enough, the ABS numbers are telling us that December's discretionary retail numbers are the worst ever, with suggestions that sales in December were lower than that of November, October, dropping by 0.3%. Interestingly enough, the CBA reported that credit card spending on retail items slumped in the last quarter by 3.7% compared to the same period last year. ShopperTrack reports that foot traffic in Australian shopping malls for the Christmas period fell by 9% compared to this time last year. So you really have got to ask yourself, where are they all going? Are they buying more things from overseas as presents? Or are they actually shopping earlier? Are people taking advantage of things like Black Friday and getting their items way before Christmas period? I don't know. Tell me what you're doing. Our sales over the Christmas period were fantastic when we took out for the whole month of December. So we actually had a really good result. So it's interesting to see those stats are well down. Maybe shopping centres are well down. Like every Christmas, we see the same thing. Everyone leaves it to the last few days before Christmas, and most of the fresh food sales were bought on Christmas Eve, which was fantastic for us because that's what we were prepared for. So overall, Christmas was fantastic. Customer numbers and basket sizes were well and truly up over last year. So this is a sign of good things to come. So I saw this story and it really took me back to my childhood days. Now I remember watching RoboCop, I loved that. And Continental Tires are trialling a self-driving car that deploys RoboDogs. Who would have thought? These driverless vehicles called Cubes, which are Continental Urban Mobility Experience, carry these RoboDogs, and then when they get to their destination, the dogs are deployed and deliver whatever they have to deliver, whether that's food or mail, whatever. Who knows? Maybe Drakes will take advantage of this Cube experience. So there you have it, Retail Wrap 4 done. If you want us to talk about any other topics, you can put them down in the comments below or inbox us. Once again, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next episode. Local product to resell. There are f***ing flies around here. How do you think that this can be? Damn it. Fantastic. We're going to continue to do them. It's fun. The ABS numbers are telling us that December's discretionary retail numbers are, what did I say?
December.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
In the last quarter by 3.7%.